Exploding YouTube videos, the secret behind viral success. The videos you're seeing right now have exploded with millions of views, and here's the crazy part. These videos were made using an AI script system I've been quietly testing for months. While most creators waste hours, sometimes 5 to 10 hours, struggling with their scripts, this system churns out amazing content in just 30 minutes. Now you might be asking yourself, what makes this system so special? Well, let me tell you, it's not just another boring AI tool. This system combines multiple AI brains working together, studying what makes videos go viral, and then applying those winning formulas to your exact topic. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with a step-by-step blueprint to build this powerful system for yourself. I'm going to show you 5 awesome ways to use it. Creating teaching videos that keep people watching. Faceless channels that actually work. Titles that grab attention and get tons of clicks. Eye-catching thumbnail ideas that make people want to click. Descriptions that help you go viral. This YouTube system is the game changer you've been waiting for. Now, to implement my algo script method, I use this tool called Poppy AI, which made my life 100 times easier after switching from ChatGPT. Now, if you want to follow along this tutorial, I'll leave a link to Pop AI in the description down below. But first, here's how it works. Poppy AI, you can create what's called a board. In this board, you can upload any piece of information, which includes documents, PDFs, voice notes, images, and most importantly, YouTube videos. And you don't need to download that video and all that, annoying stuff. You can just take the URL and then paste it in there, and then the AI will understand it all. After that, you can then add an AI chat and link all the pieces of information to this AI chat, which is then able to understand everything you linked and use it as a reference for whatever you tell the AI to do. And so, if I link my 21-page guide about how to write the perfect YouTube script to the AI chat and then create a group with information about the topic of my video, the AI will be able to write a perfect YouTube script for us in just one single prompt. And it can even do this in your tone of voice, but I'll show you how that works in a bit. But first, let me tell you about this guide. So I have spent the last weeks putting in hours and hours of work developing this entire 21-page step-by-step document guide that teaches the AI how to write the perfect YouTube script about any topic that keeps people watching all the way through. It's by far the best guide on the internet for this, and it includes the flatline hook formula that made my retention graphs go from this to this, my tension letter technique that boosted my average view duration from 2 minutes 42 to 5 minutes 48 on my long-form content, and the storytelling framework that I adopted from Netflix film directors that turned boring video topics into binge-worthy content, which results in viewers that just cannot stop clicking from one video to the other on your channel. Let me show you exactly how this works with an example. So first of all, create a new group by clicking right here, and then you want a name. After your video topic, for example, I grew 100,000 tomatoes. I wish I knew this sooner. Which, by the way, videos about tomatoes get millions of views. Now from here you want to find the 3 to 5 best videos or articles about you. Before we move on, make sure to subscribe if you want to discover more ways to save time and grow your YouTube channel with AI. About your video topic, these can be top-performing YouTube videos. These can be blog posts that are very valuable, research notes, or even your own voice memos about the video topic. So collect that information and then add these to your topic group. I'm going to take a few YouTube videos, paste in the URL, and then I'll also take 2 blog posts about this topic, and then I'll put them inside of my tomato group. Now this step is crucial because it gives the AI all the factual information it needs about your video topic, and unlike other AI tools, Poppy AI can actually transcribe and understand any piece of content directly from just a URL link, which makes this workflow extremely easy to use. Now, without feeding this information to the AI, it would struggle to create accurate and engaging scripts. However, with this approach, you are essentially giving the AI a crash on your video topic in just a minute. But one of the biggest problems with AI written content is that it often sounds generic or robotic. YouTubers using generic chat GPT scripts are actually failing big time because people just don't like it. So to do this, add a group into your board and then call it My Style. Then go to YouTube and copy the URL of your last 6 to 9 videos and paste them into this group. Alright, then it's time to actually make the script. To do that in your style, all you need to do is link all of the group chats to the AI chat, which you can simply do by dragging this little circle 2D circle of the AI chat, which means that the AI chat can now receive all the information that's inside of your groups, and I can then type in, create a YouTube script applying the advice. From the ultimate script guide for my video topic, I grew 100,000 tomatoes. I wish I knew this sooner, for which you can reference the group tomatoes and write the script in my style based on the My Style group. With this one prompt, it will write the perfect YouTube script about your video topic of choice in your style in less than 5 minutes of work. And as you can see, it is done. Now let's analyze how good the script actually is. So first of all, let's take a look at the hook. So it says, would you believe me if I told you that I grew over 100,000 tomatoes in a single season? And I did it without any fancy equipment, expensive fertilizers, or years of gardening experience. The secret 5 simple techniques that completely transformed my tomato growing game. Techniques I wish someone had told me years ago when I was struggling with sad disease plans and tiny harvests. Now, as you can see, that isn't just a random intro that it wrote. The algo script method specifically uses what I call a pattern interrupt, curiosity hook. So it starts with a question that seems almost unbelievable, and that immediately grabs the attention. Then after that, it eliminates potential objections to click away by stating that it didn't require special equipment or experience, which makes it accessible to anyone watching. Then finally, it creates an information gap by mentioning 5 simple T that viewers need to keep watching to discover. Then after that, here's what it said. In this video, I'm going to reveal the exact methods I use to grow an absolutely insane amount of tomatoes in my backyard garden. These aren't just theoretical tips. I've personally tested each one over multiple growing seasons and documented results. I spent over 200 hours researching tomato growing technique, from commercial farmers, agricultural scientists, and record-breaking gardeners to develop this system. And today I'm sharing everything I learned so you can avoid the years of frustration and field harvest that I went through. Plus, I've created a free downloadable guide with my complete tomato growing calendar that you can get in the description down below. Alright, see how it establishes credibility without boring the viewer. It mentions 200 hours of research and multiple growing seasons to build authority, and then immediately creates what I call a future pacing statement, which basically tells them what their future will look like if they keep watching, promising to help viewers avoid years of frustration. It also introduces a free resource early, giving viewers another reason to stay. Alright, that was already very good, but here's where it gets really interesting. Look at how each content section is structured. So, in this script, when we're going to show the techniques to grow the tomatoes, for technique number 1, it starts with, imagine you're at the garden center staring at dozens of tomato varieties, completely overwhelmed. Which ones will actually produce? Which ones will actually taste good? Alright, so what I did here is a perfect example of the emotional transportation technique when it comes to script writing. Instead of just listing the facts, it put viewers in a scenario that they can relate to, creating an emotional investment, and then it introduces a common mistake and reveals the solution, and that goes on for every single technique that is in this script. And so there's a clear pattern here, which looks like this. Number 1, it identifies a common problem or misconception for the viewer. It then creates an emotional connection to that problem because that's relatable. You get the viewers hooked, you then reveal a surprising insight or solution, provide specific actionable advice, and then you quantify the results. Now, this is quite technical, but basically said this structure is not on accident. It's designed to maintain engagement throughout the entire video by constantly opening and closing curiosity loops. And we can see this back at the transitions between the different sections. So for example, here it said the key is focusing on soil temperature, not depth. I'll show you exactly how to prepare your planting area for maximum growth in just a moment. Let me ask you this. Have you ever tried to cram a 7-foot indeterminate tomato plant into one of those filmy 3-foot wire cages from the garden center? So these transitions use what I call bridge statements and engagement questions to maintain viewer attention during the most critical drop-off moments. The script knows exactly when viewers typically click away, encounters it with these psychological triggers. Now the end of the script, which is at the conclusion stage, is equally strategic. Here's what it says. So there you have it. the 5 techniques that helped me grow over 100,000 tomatoes in a single season. Remember, download my free tomato growing calendar in the description down below. And so what it does here is it recaps the value that you provided in the video, and it reminds them about the free resource that you might have made, and then it ends up the script with a perfect example of how to send a viewer to the next video on your channel. Here's what it says: but growing all of these tomatoes created another problem: what to actually do with all of them. If you want to see how I preserved my massive harvest and the free recipes that everyone begs me for, check out this video on the screen right here. And you see, this creates what YouTube's algorithm loves the most: session time, where viewers watch multiple videos on your channel in sequence. And boy, if you can start reaching that level, YouTube is gonna crazy. And as always, remember, your next viral video is just one perfect script away. If you want to take your YouTube channel to the next level with AI tools, make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon. You won't want to miss what's coming next.